we have to start establishing this is our place. From here on out, hey, this is what we play for. We're better safe than them. Let's go. Come on, go get it now. Let's go.
Welcome to the Dan Majerle Show. Alongside the head coach, Dan Majerle, I'm Barry Buetel. Welcome to yet another installment of the Dan Majerle Show. As we talk today, things are going quite well for you overall, but let's travel back, shall we, to UTRGV. Can you remember that one? You guys improved to 16-9, 5-3 in the WAC, 76-57 victory. Keontae had his 7th double-double of the season. Again, you're on your home court and you're doing really well in front of your hometown fans.
I wish I could remember it, but we played at home?
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. Yeah. And if Keontae played well, it usually means we won. He's got to do a good job of staying on the floor and being productive. When he's played well for us, we've done a good job. He could be an all-conference forward. We just need the consistency out of him. But for the most part, we've played pretty well at home all year long. We always do. We got such a great home court advantage and such a great crowd. So it's good. I mean, we had a great year last year, and we've been pretty successful at home also.
So many different teams in the WAC throw different looks at you. The Vaqueros, they score a lot of points, but they also gave up a lot of points, and you came up with a big victory there. Then the big matchup. New Mexico State comes to town. You did it again, back-to-back years, and you knocked them off 83-71.
Yeah, that was a tough one. We played well in the first half. Second half, they came out and really got it going. It was a layup fest in the beginning of the second half. I believe we got down 10, and it could have got ugly quick, but we found a way. Again, what a tremendous crowd! I think it was the second largest crowd we've ever had there behind Louisville. Our home Havocs, our crowd really got us into it, and we played well. Defensively, we were great after that. Scored some buckets and found a way to beat a really good New Mexico State team who had come off a big loss to Bakersfield. So they were a little angry and upset. And it's not often that they lose 2 in a row, so that was a huge win for us.
Some people might say they were on the verge of a blowout there. I mean, it was 10. They were shooting like 81% from the floor. It didn't seem like they were missing many shots, but resiliency, you guys really fought back.
Yeah, and like I said, we came out like we do, unfortunately, a lot of times after halftime, not really focused defensively, and did a poor job. And as you said, they made a lot of layups, a lot of easy buckets. Our rotations were bad, but we found a way to fix that and really got hard ourselves. So it was a tremendous win for us.
Darian Clark played really well. Josh had 13 of his 16 in the second half. Dwayne put up over 30 points in the game. So your guys stepped up when they needed to in the second half.
Well, we always know that Josh and Dwayne have to play well if we're going to win. Our 2 best players. Then a third person's got to step up. And Darian, here of late, has been that guy. He's been really good as far as coming in and pretty much doing what we wanted him to do from the beginning, is be physical, rebound the basketball, and score.
And the big victory against New Mexico State before the road trip, where you traveled to Seattle and then to Utah Valley recently. Seattle?
That was ugly.
What's Seattle against you guys?
They
seem
play
to
that
really
zone, 3-2 zone, and for some reason Josh never ever plays well. I mean, there's teams that Josh plays great against, and there's teams that he struggles, and for whatever reason, Seattle, he struggles.
You played well in Seattle. Of course, it was a different venue, right? They went on campus.
Yeah, Key Arena, and we played on campus, a small gym, and we didn't play well. We couldn't score. Dwayne was awful. Josh was awful. Oscar was awful. It's hard to score. Fortunately, I think we got down 24-9. We fought back 38-30 at half. And then the second half, we got to 56 and couldn't score. I think there was maybe a 10-minute or 11 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes that we could not score. But fortunately, our defense was really good, and they didn't score a lot of points either. So somehow, some way, we were able to find a way to win. It was one of the ugliest games I've ever been involved in as a coach here at Grand Canyon. But when you get a road victory, especially at Seattle, you'll take it.
Right. It still was a victory. Are these games you just kind of guard against them all season? You know that maybe a game you're going to.
To be honest with you, all our games I think they're going to be close. There's very rarely do we blow anybody out, and that's just how they're going to be. But when you're on the road, you know they're going to be tough, especially against the other WAC opponents. And then when we come in, we're one of the better teams in the WAC, and people get geared up to play us.
And then it goes to Orem, Utah, to take on the Wolverines. And it seems like Coach Pope, and he has a team that plays pretty physical.
Yeah,
I mean, last year was kind of got a little heated.
He's got older guys who've been at high universities who've transferred. They know how to play. They are physical. They're big. They're strong. And we did a good job again. That's a tough place to play, and that's a team that, although they don't have a great record, I think they're better than their record. Their non-conference schedule was tough. They won some big games. We got down in that game too, but we found a way again. Josh was big going down the stretch. Dwayne didn't shoot it well again, but found a way. Josh hit a huge three in the corner to kind of sustain it, and we just found a way to win on the road.
Yeah, he really got that spark going. He went on a 9-0 run after he hit that three, and then the 80-footer by Shaq.
Yeah, that was
that
amazing.
Had to be a big boost at the end of the
It was.
half.
We were down, got a stop, and he just let one go from the 3/4, and it went in, and that gave us a lead at halftime. So that was kind of a big momentum swing for us.
Now you've won 4 straight, 2 of them on the road, where you went into that game 2-6 on the road. Now you're 4-6 on the road. Obviously, road victories have been kind of tough to find this season, but you're on a bit of a roll here lately.
Well, our record's been pretty good in the WAC since
Yeah.
I've been here. We've done a good job, and to do that, obviously, you have to win on the road. We, for the most part, do a good job winning at home. So if you're going to be successful in any conference, you got to go out and find ways to win on their gymnasium. So we've done that since I've been here, and we've always, especially when our backs have been against the wall, we've been able to go out there and really start to focus and find ways to get wins.
Do you find at this late stage of the season, with the few remaining games left in the regular season, that you kind of got to give them a little bit of a boost here, a little kick in the...
It's kind of weird because everybody knows that we don't really have anything to play for.
Right.
The WAC championship, although not dead, is we probably won't get it. I mean, we need a lot of help. We're not going to the tournament. We're not going to the NCAAs. We're not going to the NIT, any of that stuff. So, it's hard for our guys to probably get motivated what we're playing for. But our guys are competitive. We understand that we'll probably play in the postseason tournament someplace, and we want to win WAC games. I mean, we finished 3rd, 2nd, and 2nd, and we want to do that again this year. So we got a lot of pride on our team, our seniors. With Dwayne especially. There's no quitting them. And then the guys have been here, Josh and Jared. Those guys, they understand what it means for us in the WAC, and they don't want to lose these teams.
All right, we are just getting started. Stay with us. More of the Dan Majerle Show continues after this timeout. Welcome back to the Dan Majerle Show. Barry Buetel alongside Kenzo Nudo from Scottsdale Chaparral. And what a story we have to tell about Kenzo. You redshirt last year, Kenzo. So you're excited, you're getting ready, you're going to play first collegiate basketball. And then what, the first workout, you tear your Achilles?
Yeah, it was the first workout. Nothing was bothering me. It was such a weird injury. I came down from a rebound, and as soon as I pivoted out, I just fell down, and I felt like someone stepped on my foot, and I turned around, and there was nobody there, and I knew I tore my Achilles. And it was just a tough time because I redshirted last year, so I didn't play last year, and I was really excited. I worked really hard this summer, and I was ready for this year, and it was just a tough time.
So you go to the doctor, you perform the surgery, they tell you what, 12 months?
Yeah, 9 to 12 months. They said I should be back on the court, and so that was the plan. The plan was to sit out the whole season and come back next season, but. I got in with Jordy, started getting in, started putting extra work in, started working really hard, and all of a sudden this process started speeding up. And I went back 3 months after surgery, and the doctor was surprised. He's like, if you work hard this month, we might be able to clear you to play. And that's what I did, and I worked really hard that month. Jordy knew exactly what he was doing. He helped me out a lot, and I went back the next month, and he was like, I've never seen anything like this before. He said, I'm clearing you to practice. It's all up to Jordy if you want to play. And I told Jordy, and Jordy was like, it's up to you. And I was like, I miss this game too much. I got to do it. And it's been good. It's a long process coming back. It's longer than I expected. I thought it was going to come back. My game's going to come back quicker, but it's taking a lot longer. And it's fun. I just gotta be patient and keep working hard, and I know my game will come back pretty soon.
I saw you constantly climbing the stairs while the team's working out at the arena. I mean, that's great. Obviously, you gained back in a miraculous amount of time, but game shape is completely different.
Oh yeah, no, that's a whole different story right there. Yeah, I did because when the doctor cleared me, I wasn't doing any conditioning stuff or anything like that, and they threw me right into practice right away, and so I haven't had time to really work on my speed, my explosiveness, my conditioning. So these couple past weeks, my legs are getting dead. I can't feel them anymore, but it'll all come back. It just takes time. So yeah, I'll get used to it again.
I got to talk about, you committed to GCU pretty early. I mean, there was a few schools that were interested in you. Obviously, being coached by a former NBA player, and Coach Majerle was a big draw for you. Obviously, kind of at that same position.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about, coming from Chaparral and why you decided to come to GCU?
Yeah. So I was at Chaparral, and I think they offered me the summer of my sophomore year, and at first, I had never heard about GCU, and I was like, I'm not coming here. I'm sorry, but I just kept talking to him, and all of a sudden, I started realizing this is not a bad choice. It's one of the reasons I came was because of Majerle, and another one is close to home. I can see my family. My family comes to the games, and just Majerle has a great program here. Everything's growing. I believed in his vision, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to help him achieve where he wants to go, and I believe we can get there.
Did you think just shortly about 2 years ago in March, you're playing Corona del Sol, semifinal matchup, you hit like 6 3-pointers in the game. Marvin Bagley had a pretty good game. Del Sol went on to win their 4th state title, but less than a short while after, you'd be back in front of a pretty big crowd of your own playing in for GCU.
Yeah, that was really weird. I mean, that game, I wish I think about it and go back, and I wish I did a couple things differently and hope just to win the game. I really wanted that game. I really wanted the high school championship, but they took it from us. They deserved it. They played harder than us, but it's still in my head every day.
And I had to bring it back up. Well, hopefully you'll be making plenty of new memories as a member of the Lopes. Continued success in your road back here to get those legs back for the closeout this season. Good to see you.
You too.
All right, Kenzo Nudo with us. Stay with us more. The Dan Majerle Show continues after this break. Welcome back to the Dan Majerle Show. Barry Buetel alongside the head coach at men's soccer here at GCU, Shellis Hyndman. It's so great to catch up with you here on a nice, cool morning in February.
Great day.
Yep.
Beautiful day, and the best part about it is soccer practice.
That's no doubt about it. How about a beautiful day for that grand opening of that soccer stadium last year right behind us? What a big day that was.
We all had high expectations because it's probably the best soccer stadium anywhere in the country for a collegiate team. And we knew we were working hard trying to get people here, but that environment in itself was mind-blowing. It was absolutely amazing, something that I will remember the rest of my life. It was 6,402 to be exact. And in fact, it's really good when the opposing team puts it on their site that it was one of the best experiences for their kids.
And I'm sure it's got to really help when you're trying to attract the best in college soccer to come to GCU.
Absolutely. Believe me, that is a big recruiting tool for us, and in a direction we're going at GCU as a soccer program. It's really fantastic right now.
Well, let's talk about a few of the players from last season.
Right.
Obviously, one of those guys is Nicky Jackson. Here's a guy that came out, scored 16 goals, got honors, WAC Player of the Year, and also was named All-Region selection as well.
Yeah, Nicky did fantastic. Anybody who can score 16 goals in collegiate soccer has got to be pretty special. I thought we played a really good schedule. He missed a game through a suspension, so that's one less game that he had. But all in all, he was double teamed throughout the season and still found ways to score goals.
And then right alongside was Damian Herman, right here from Maryvale, right up the road.
Yeah, the two of them really have a good connection. I think Damian scored the first goal of the season right here in front of that great crowd. And I think next year is going to be a breakout year for him.
And for the team overall, what an improvement. You finished 5th overall in the WAC, an improvement from 11th overall just a year prior.
Yeah, I was very pleased with that. We have expectations. We set goals for ourselves. I thought this year that we had hoped to finish between 4th and 6th, so we finished exactly where I thought we would. And I think we would have probably done better, except what people don't realize was 2 of our key players were injured throughout the season. So we redshirted them, and they're going to be coming in next year really great for us.
Well, let's talk a little bit about them. Amir went down with an injury. I'm sure that's one of them. And Musa, who's obviously here's a player of the year in his own right from Sandra Day O'Connor.
Yeah, Musa, we expect a lot from. I thought his freshman year he could have been one of our best players, and he picked up a meniscus tear throughout the summer playing soccer, so we lost him for the season. He's now training with us again this spring. And the other one was Amir, who was on a lot of MLS lists for drafting, and he got hurt the first game with a twisted knee, and in fact he's coming back right now. So those two, with the additions of our new players, it's going to be a very good team.
And you're transitioning right into the new players. What a recruiting class it was. And I would assume that one of Moose's buddies at Sandra Day O'Connor is Jackson, who's coming back. You've got some guys coming back, and boy, you've got 2 back-to-back Arizona Gatorade Player of the Year, and you also picked up a Washington State Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yeah,
wow, you're getting the best in the business.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of it has to do with the commitment GCU has made to men's soccer. Not only the stadium, but the staff and the support that they're giving to us. We're catching everybody's attention. Evans came in from Creighton. He's transferred from Creighton. And Jackson, as you mentioned, Moose's brother, really coming in from Portland. We also picked up Jeremy from Akron, a goalkeeper. And then Bennett from the University of Dayton, where he was Washington State Player of the Year, Gatorade Player of the Year. So with those additions, plus we've Josh Direct, a player here from Phoenix that we've recruited and signed, and then Malik Smith from Toronto. It's going to be a nice addition for our team. I think the future is so bright here, and we're really excited for next year.
Well, Kendall's no longer in goal. What's the goaltending situation? You mentioned Jeremy coming in, who's going to probably battle for a starting spot.
Jeremy's going to battle. He came out of a great program, Akron. He's a national team keeper out of Australia. He disappointed that he didn't end up starting for them. They brought in 2 good keepers. The other one is a boy from Germany, I believe, and he ended up getting a starting position. So Jeremy was looking for a place to go. We lost Kendall after graduation. And then we have Corey Marcus here, who is a good keeper out of Toronto. So the 2 of them really are going into their freshman year. They're going to be second-year freshmen. And so this will be a nice competition between the 2.
Well, it's exciting to catch up with you, albeit briefly. We could talk longer. Some great games coming up. Go to gculopes.com. You've got some games coming up against Phoenix Rising here, March 4th and the 18th. I think they're back, and then New Mexico is coming into GCU Stadium. Right.
That's our spring game, but more importantly, our fall games. We really went out and improved our scheduling.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, because we are an upcoming team, we have to go on the road. But we've got. This year, some good teams coming in, especially in the conference, Utah Valley, Seattle, UNLV. These are 3 dominating teams. Our goal is to be competitive next year and hopefully be a team that can get an NCAA bid.
Fantastic. Great to catch up with you, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Scheller's time and our guest. Stay with us. More of the Dan Majerle Show continues after we take this time out. Welcome back to the Dan Majerle Show. Second-year head coach of the GCU women's golf team, Lauren Gisecki, now has a full year of recruiting under her belt. Let's take a look at the GCU women's golf team.
Fall season was decent. We competed pretty well. We had a very, very good tournament at the end. We played in Hawaii, so that was pretty good. We had 3 girls finish in the top half of the field, so that was really nice. It's good to end on a strong note. We're still getting to learn each other's coaching habits and culture habits and things like that. So we're growing as a team. We're getting better each day. We're practicing shots that we don't really see on a lot of courses, but we're in those situations. We can handle it pretty well. The greens are still pretty hard. There's tons of bunkers. It's in good shape right now as well, so we're pretty excited about our home tournament. We host in March 11th and 12th. It's 36-18 this time around, but we have 10 strong teams coming in, so it'll be a good field. It'll be a good test for us. But I think, the more we practice this golf course, the better we're going to be prepared for the tournament. It's a tough course. It still is. I have a hard time playing it, all the time. So it's good. It's making our team pretty good. New for the spring, we have Courtney Vogel. She's a freshman this year, transferred in January. She brings a lot of positivity to the team, a lot of experience, a lot of competition. Very, very good player. So we're expecting a lot of great things for her. She's already qualified for our first tournament, so looking forward to having her on the travel team. Our biggest leader right now would probably be Deanna. You know, she has the best scoring average on the team. She travels to every tournament, and she's positive out on the golf course. She works very, very hard at practice. Keeps the girls, you know, mentally focused. Keeps them training pretty hard. We put a lot of work in. We do the 20 hours a week, and we usually push that all the way to the 20 hours. Out here, we go 3-4 hours a day. We do a lot of short game, a lot of wedge play, things like that, and then a couple days we'll get out and play the golf course, either match play, stroke play, whatever it is. We get a lot of competition going at practice, and hopefully that'll translate into our tournament. Goals this season, top half of the field for every tournament. That's a definite goal for us. I think for our GCU Home Invitational, we have a good shot at winning. We've been playing the golf course almost every single day, as much as we can, all day, every day. So hopefully we'll have a good shot at that. And then hopefully at the WAC Championship, we'll be in the top 3. I think we could, you know, get up there, give a couple teams a run for their money.
Come out and support the GCU women's golf team when they host the GCU Invitational at the beautiful GCU Golf Course. Stay with us. More of the Dan Majerle Show continues after this timeout. Welcome back to the Dan Majerle Show with head coach Dan Majerle, and you have 3 games remaining, a couple at home here against Chicago State, and then UMKC, and then back out on the road to take on the WAC leaders in Bakersfield. This show will air on Saturday night after the game against UMKC. Here's a UMKC team that's, won 4 straight coming into the game.
Yeah, and beat us there.
Yeah.
I mean, we had that game under control, I thought, at UMKC. Wasn't able to sustain it. They played well, beat us, so that's going to be another tough one for us. It'll be senior night. Yep. Obviously, we want to win that game for our seniors, but we want to win all home games. So we'll look forward to that. It should be another great matchup. You know, Richardson's doing a good job there, so they've had a good year and they've won some games and a little bit on the roll. So I'm excited to see how we'll play.
It'll be nice to have that final game on the road in a tough environment. Bakersfield, they're at the top of the conference.
That'll be a fun one. I mean, that place is going to be packed. They get a good crowd there. They obviously have a really good team. We went in there last year and they took it to us. They beat us here. So in a game, quite frankly, we should have won. I mean, we were up for most of the game, and like you had let us slip away. So I'm looking forward to that. See what our guys for the last road will be. A really, really good atmosphere for our guys to play in. It'll be tough. I'm excited to see what happens.
Senior night, it'll be the farewell, at least to be honored on the court for Dwayne Russell.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one for me. Yeah, Dwayne and I have really gotten along and really developed a great relationship. I wish I could have him again next year, but unfortunately good things have to end. So that's going to be a tough one for me. Dwayne's one of those kids that, you know, if I could adopt, I probably would. He's one of those kids that you really like and plays hard, competitive, can count on him every day in practice and in games. Doesn't always play great, but none of us ever do. But I know his heart's in the right place, and he's a kid that's going to give it to you every time, and couldn't be a better leader, and very proud of him.
Definitely. Thanks, Coach.
All
I
right,
appreciate
thanks.
it.
Yep.
Thanks so much for tuning into the Dan Majerle Show.